going to do, I'm just going to highlight what the project activities were. Yasin said, I'm from the South African Cities Network, and Ekurhuleni is a member of the South African Cities Network, along with 7 other metros in the country. We focus on the metros, and we've been in existence for the past 21 years. So we're coming of age this year. We're going to get the keys to the cities, I hope, and hopefully we'll be more bold in what we say and what we do with our city. So we were very fortunate to have been selected to be part of this process. It was a bidding process, so C40 didn't just say, come Cities Network, do this. But I think they recognize as well as we do that if we as Cities Network are part of this, the work will then be able to be translated to other cities and will be able to do this more extensively with other cities. And we're very proud that City of Ekurhuleni is pioneering this work as a new member of C40 cities. The other cities have done other things and they've been profiled a lot. But we're glad that City of Ekurhuleni is the one that's pioneering this just transition work. And we've got the Presidential Climate Commission who's pioneering it at the national level, and having a series of dialogues across the country, engaging with different sectors of society, private sector, communities, the labor movement, etc. But what is clear, what has been discussed, is that action happens at the local level, and what cities do and the pace at which they do it will determine how the transition unfolds. And part of this project was for us to unpack what the economic implications of the transition will be in the city of Ekurhuleni, and this can be applicable to any other metropolitan space in the country, as well as secondary cities who are also going to be impacted by the transition. So what the study undertook was to do an analysis of the different sectors that the city had prioritized, some prioritized in the city's Green City Action Plan, and then others that were considered to be critical as well for the transition. So we had a detailed analysis, research study that we looked at the economic impacts of the transition and what it will mean in the different sectors, and I'll go into a bit of detail in that. And then we were then supposed to support the delivery of the dialogues, and these were supposed to be multi-stakeholder engagements across the city with different stakeholders internally and externally. What we then realized was that we needed to do an internal stakeholder engagement first before we go out to the external stakeholders, so that the city officials, so that people within the cities themselves understand clearly what the implications would be, what it means for the different sectors that they're responsible for, and then you become advocates for the just transition within the rest of the city in the different sectors that you work for. So whether you're in the building sector, in the energy or water sector, you then become an advocate of why the transition is important, what the implications are, and how the city will need to transition in that particular sector. Then we did a listening exercise with the HR department on the future of work. And this is also supposed to prepare the HR department to think about what the implications of the transition will be in terms of the job functions of everyone in the city, all the way from senior management level to general workers. So if you're a waste collector in the city, or if you're a driver managing the fleet of the city, what will that mean for the just transition? What will the just transition mean in your respective job? And what kind of upskilling or reskilling will you need to enable you to then transition? So we did that listening exercise, and the intention is then to have a broader discussion with external stakeholders on their different sectors. So for instance, if you go to the automotive industry, what will the just transition mean? If we're shifting to electric vehicles, for instance, what will it mean for their workers, and how will they manage that, and what will the implications be on the economy of the city?